Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm doing a rainbow pour using Amsterdam paints and it's only mixed with paint and water. I'm going to take you down to have a look at the colours that I've chosen. I'll show you the canvas and I'll also talk about my ratios and consistencies. And a big shout out to Royal Talens UK for sending me this gorgeous apron. Thank you so much. So I'm ready to paint. Let's see what we can create. So today I'm using Amsterdam Paints and these are all the colours that I'm going to use, and these paints are only going to be mixed with water, so it's going to be 1 part paint to 1 part water. So with that consistency and that ratio, you can see here how those paints trickle off the spatula and disappear into the cup. And that's exactly the same for all of those colours, including the black and white that I'm going to use on the base. So I'm going to take the black and the white in turn and place that on the base. My colours and my consistencies are all the same. There's no pillow on the base now. That's just a raw canvas that's been primed and treated, and I'm going to place half the black and half the white on this canvas. So the intention is to have a split base. So I'm going to take my black first and then my white and then cover it across the full surface area of the canvas. My blow dryer is on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. And the only thing that I need to really focus on at this point is to ensure that I cover the full surface area with the black and the white paint. When I do a Dutch pour or a creation using my blow dryer and there's going to be flow across the canvas area, I always say that if you can get your base coat right in terms of consistency and coverage, then that's really half the battle to ensuring that the design turns out the way that you're hoping for. Now the idea is to take one colour at a time and puddle those colours on top of each other directly in the middle of the canvas. And then when the paint is blown from the centre to the outer edge across the split base, those colours will disperse and work really well together. But I'm going to admit something to you now. The design that you see here and how the creation is coming along isn't how it's going to end. You'll see that I'm not happy with what I'm doing and I completely change my direction and my thought process. The reason for me leaving this part in the tutorial is to show you that not always things go according to plan. And if they don't go according to plan, then not to give up. It's about evolving and transforming the piece that you're currently working on. And it's really about just thinking about what other options are available to you when you're in that creation process. So I'm going to continue to show you how this transforms, how this design blows out, and what I do next. but please bear with me because it's something that I'm really happy with in the end. As always, the blow dryer is on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. If I'm honest, it was probably at this point that I wasn't feeling the vibe of this creation. I do like it, and I like how those colours are flowing across the canvas, but there wasn't enough negative space already for me that I was happy with. So that means there wasn't enough of the white and the black already poking through those colours that I'm layering on top. But I do continue because I didn't give up at this point, and I don't actually give up at all. I just evolve in my thinking and do a completely different creation. So I'm just adding a few more vibrant colours in the middle, and then I blow those colours out over those colours that I've already got. And you'll notice I'll also add a couple more. But it's really at that point that I decide that this isn't working for me and I want to try something else. So can you guess what I do? And I know most of you will probably write to me and say, no, you should have kept it as it was. It looked okay. But sometimes when you're that artist and you're in that moment in time, you know that you're not going to be happy with something. And that really is okay. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change the creation that you're doing and even change colour palette or technique. And that's why I really wanted to keep this part in. But you'll see shortly how this transforms into something really beautiful. Well, I hope you'll agree that it's beautiful. So here we go. I'm standing back, I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, let's scrape it all off. And I can hear the gasps already. But believe me, it's not a bad thing. I learned a lot about that piece. I was probably used to working on larger canvases. This isn't such a large canvas in terms of the volume of paint I puddled on the canvas itself. So let's start again with that split base. I really want to keep that idea. So I want part of the canvas white and the other part black. Okay, so I've got my black and my white back down on my base, my split base. So I'm going to do a red line going all the way through from one side to another, and that's going to create that middle section. And then instead of puddling the paints directly on top of each other, I'm going to add some of the paint along that line. And then what I'll do is I'll blow the paint out along that line and up to the edges at the bottom and at the top. And that's going to ensure that the colours remain more vibrant, they're not going to muddy together, and it's also going to give me a good balance of that negative space, so that white and that black colour shining through underneath the colours that we blow out over the top. So that's the intention. I'm using all the colours that I've mixed up, and I'm going to use my blow dryer again on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. So let's once again turn the blow dryer on and blow the paint out across the canvas. I am so much happier with how this is turning out, but I do want some whispery edges. So I'm just going to blow the paint right to the edges, at the top and at the bottom, fanning out that colour throughout. So one of the main takeaways and lessons that I've learned today was to not give up. You're in that moment of your creativity. You really want to persevere and create something that you're happy with. So it was okay for me to scrape my canvas, and it was totally okay to start again. I had the idea of that split base, so that white and that black, with those really vibrant colours, those rainbow colours popping over the top. So this is my finished creation. It's still wet, but I'm going to take you in just so you can see how those colours work well together. You can see how those negative base colours, so the black and the white, are popping through those colours that we've layered on top. And of course, I'm going to let this dry, and I'll show you the dried version shortly. And here we go, the dried version. I think I like the black at the bottom and the white at the top, but let me know what you think too. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it out, and let me know in the comments below what you think about the overall process. And I'd be really interested to see if you would have stuck with the first creation and not scraped the canvas like I did. But as I said, I really wanted to be happy with the overall piece. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye!